The Chinese phone company ZTE is the focus of Commerce Department sanctions after the company did business with Iran and North Korea. One America's Neil McCabe has that story from Washington.
Although the Trump administration has announced that it has lifted the death sentence imposed by the Commerce Department on Chinese telecom giant ZTE, my reporting has revealed that the settlement is not yet final. The settlement of the ZTE matter is more than just punishing a Chinese telecom for trading with North Korea and Iran. Georgia Republican Senator David Perdue told One American News he worked with President Donald Trump to get a settlement.
Yeah, it's a complicated. I've been involved in that a little bit with the president, and the president got a personal request from the president of China to reconsider this. That instead of doing making the approach the president was going to make, President Trump, was there some other way could we fine them or whatever, and they would commit to change the management? It'd be sort of like what we do with a U.S. company. You know, if the SEC had a problem with a company, they would go in and determine the change in management, change in the board, a fine, and all that. And that's what President Trump has.
Almost like a consent agreement.
Very similar to that, but it's pretty serious. I mean, this is going to be like $1.3 billion or $1.4 billion fine.
Wrapped up around this enforcement action is Qualcomm's $44 billion acquisition of Dutch semiconductor company NXP. A financial analyst who follows this industry for private clients said Qualcomm told the Commerce Department that if it loses the business it gets from ZTE, the acquisition of NXP no longer makes sense. In addition to the impact on Qualcomm, ZTE employs 1,400 workers in the U.S. and supports 130,000 jobs indirectly through purchases from Skyworks, Acacia, Micron, Cypress, Texas Instruments, and Intel. One American News has learned from multiple sources that April's death sentence from the Commerce Department's Export Enforcement Office that forbade ZTE from having any interaction with U.S. entities was issued without coordination from the White House nor from Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, and both were caught off guard. The death sentence was drafted and pushed for by career commerce enforcement officials who are stymied from taking action against ZTE throughout the Obama administration. In fact, no one in the Trump administration fully understood the power of the order until China's President Xi personally called Trump to ask if something could be worked out. Another signal was when White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow led a May delegation to China, and right off the bat, the Chinese hosts brought up ZTE, which Kudlow and his delegation were not tracking as a front-burner issue. My financial analyst source said the settlement, which was announced before the Singapore summit for appearances but has not actually been finalized, this settlement would be a major victory for President Donald Trump's trade policy. In addition to a huge fine and the forced change in management, the company has had to accept a government compliance department embedded in its offices and facilities. A significant reversal for the Chinese, who have always sought to dominate American companies. And it is a development reminiscent of how foreign powers were once given control of Chinese territory, a practice the People's Liberation Army fought a revolution to stop. Neil W. McCabe, One American News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.